Hikaru Nakamura, born December 9, 1987, is an American chess grandmaster, streamer, YouTuber, five-time U.S. chess champion, and the reigning World Fischer Random Chess Champion. A chess prodigy, he earned his grandmaster title at the age of 15, the youngest American at the time to do so. With a peak rating of 2,816, Nakamura is the 10th highest-rated player in history. He has represented the United States at 6 chess Olympiads, winning 2 team bronze medals and the first team gold in 40 years at the 2016 Olympiad. In May 2014, when FIDE began publishing its official rapid and blitz chess ratings, Nakamura was ranked number 1 in the world on both lists. Viswanathan Anand, the 15th undisputed chess champion and surely the greatest Indian chess player of all time, was born on December 11, 1969, in Tamil Nadu, the southeasternmost state in India. Anand, noted for playing quickly early in his career, competed for the Classical Championship in 1995 and was FIDE champion from 2000 to 2002, before claiming the reunited title in 2007. He held that title for 6 years until 2013, and has also had a productive post-championship career at an age when many other top players have retired. Hikaru Nakamura playing as white versus Viswanathan Anand playing as black, FIDE candidates 2016, round 12, Eco at 29, Moscow, Russia. We fans have been treated to many new ideas in English for knights. In this game, we see Hikaru Nakamura increase his enormous plus score against Viswanathan Anand. It's an unfortunate loss for Vishy, who had just played an outstanding game against Sergey Karjakin to head into round 12 tied for the tournament lead. It was the second American grandmaster in a row who surprised Anand in the English opening. Nakamura had prepared a very complicated line. Anand had a great tournament and was co-leader with Caruana before this round, but his opponents seemed to have found some holes in his English opening repertoire with black, because after Caruana 2 days before, Nakamura also beats him basically from the opening with the white pieces. It's interesting that many games were played in the candidates tournament with this sideline of the English opening, instead of the main d5. The aforementioned Caruana-Anand game went with bishop g2 and has been analyzed by Arkady elsewhere. Despite Anand not having a game from this position yet, Nakamura could expect this reaction because Anand's second, Gaevsky, recently employed this move. Sometimes revealing our helpers makes the preparation of our opponents easier. The main line is bishop c5. The knight temporarily gets placed out of the game, but black must take care of the e4 pawn. The position looks very odd, since black is ahead in development and has more space. Yet the drawback is that the e4 pawn might be too advanced in many variations. As soon as white places his bishop on g2, we see the vulnerability of the central pawn. This is the prepared novelty by Nakamura. Earlier in this tournament, Topalov lost to Aronian after playing knight take b4. The e4 pawn is already hanging, because after knight take f6. Now the bishop stands in the way of this tactical motif, and of course, if g5 does not win a piece, then it turns out to be a huge weakening. Nakamura said, "I was essentially gambling that Vishy could not be prepared for it, and that he would play more human-looking moves. White wants to develop his bishop to the long diagonal with b4 bishop b2, but first he prevents black's move bishop d4. Anand accepts the challenge and decides to test Nakamura's home preparation. The positional move is knight e5, trying to use the light squares on c for d3 f3. White cannot save his knight, but he always counterattacks another piece. Nakamura said, "This position is already very critical." The most natural move, but it seems like a mistake. Very natural, but it ends up just losing. Another intermediate move. Black has a wide choice again. It is very unpleasant to make such difficult decisions while your opponent is still following his preparation. Play knight g4 is bad because of f3, saving the piece, and black collapses on the f6 square. A very spectacular move. Black would like to create triple D pawns, but white has a brilliant response which refutes the entire idea. If black move knight e5 has a tactical refutation, as well f4. Always some kind of counterattack. A brilliant move. White wins the D for knight and does not ruin his own pawn structure. Black cannot save his knight. D take e4 and bishop take d4 are coming in any case. I have to agree with Hikaru's assessment, and I must note that I'm not sure if I've ever seen a position where white has isolated double and triple pawns and can still claim a clear advantage. Anand could play e take d3, followed by queen take d3, queen f6, is an attempt to leave white with double d pawns. The knight is trapped on d4 ... It always feels great to make a move like this. White's center is massive, and black's knight is not going anywhere. If knight b5 with a 4, and the knight has run out of squares. The problem with the natural recapture bishop take e6 is queen h5, and queen h6 comes next, when black loses material. The material situation is balanced, but white is positionally close to winning. Both of his bishops stand extremely well on the long diagonals, while black is still undeveloped, and his king is exposed because of the disappearance of the g-pawn. Direct and simple. Material is even, though the position is anything but. Black's king is open, and his queenside is terribly underdeveloped. Moreover, look at the quality of the bishops in this position. Both white bishops are operating on their longest diagonals, whereas the bishop on b6 is blunted by the pawn on e3. If Anand had any chance at survival, it would be to somehow get rid of the bishop on b2. If black's move f6, followed by e take d6, rook take d6, and queen c2, the position looks really, really sad for black. Black must lose another important tempo because of the b7 pawn. A desperate attempt to create some counterplay. If black moves c6, follow white's move rook f to d1. After the trade of the rooks, the queen gets to the long diagonal with queen c3. White threatens queen c3. Now black's position is totally hopeless. White is just too fast. This is equivalent to resignation, but the game was objectively lost anyway. Now all white's pieces become even more active with tempo. A nice regrouping. White goes queen f4 next, and it is not easy to prevent rook g5, since after rook g6 the h5 pawn hangs. Black resigned in view of. With an extra pawn and a mating attack, truly a phenomenal crush by Nakamura, who is better prepared than the former world champion. A nice innovation by the American, who scores a nice win while really hurting Anand's chances of winning the candidates. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe.